Katayami Shirang Tsogi Chodnamla Janchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Penchir Sangye Druparsho Chidang Tsogi Chodnamla Janchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho Chidang Toki Chognamla Janchu Bardu Dagni Kyatsuchi Dagi Chunyen Gipe Sunamki Drola Benchir Sangye Druparsho.
Shogity dogity.
So, Geshe, I heard that you have a meeting at 11, so do you want to skip the quiz?
No, I don't.
Meeting with your bed at 11.
Yeah,
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. We can go over. I don't mind to go over personally.
But Geshe, Ali's coming at 11. Remember?
11:10.
Is it 11:10?
I don't mind to delay her. It's okay. Yeah.
10 minutes.
I'm doing a small Torma ritual for somebody, and it can be delayed. Okay. So
Sorry,
let's have a nice class.
I just want to be, you got your illumination for Mr.
I did. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Here we go.
one moment, please, while I access.
One moment, please. Homework Central.
We have 2 more copies of it. You had me print 3, so I have one.
Oh.
You want to?
I have one ready for me downstairs.
Okay. Yeah.
At the 3 o'clock thing. 3:30?
Whatever time that is. 3:30.
Yeah. Okay.
So 2 o'clock, we forgot.
Okay. I'll do that.
So, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
So this is the quiz for class 5, which was a few days ago. So hopefully it's not too far away from your mind.
can confirm that
We're still,
Thank you. Wow.
we're at the end of the Chictudrell syllogism.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's moving on for many. And we're sort of wrapping that up. So as you recall, Chini Lama quotes Jason Kappa's commentary to root text on this. And in there, there's this, it's a sweet quotation. And he says there's a way that we can confirm that we have found Mepa, certainty. Does anyone recall the parts hint of that?
Ah. Things have parts.
No. Just meaning more than one.
Ah.
So we're talking about Chictudrell. And what's the main thing about Chictudrell?
If it can't be one, then it can't be many.
Yeah, the necessity
Right. That occurs
of
from.
there's only 2 possibilities,
Okay.
right? So that's the first thing. Jason Kappa says we experience that the only 2 possible options are drawn into question, and therefore we have certainty. Then how do we know we found it? How do we test that? Do you recall how we test that?
No.
Our certainty? We think to ourselves, the self doesn't even exist even a little bit on
Right.
its own.
Chungze or something.
Further, what does Jason Kappa say is the view that we find?
Umapa? It's the middle way, no?
Okay. We realize the object, which is the inborn tendency to hold to a mean that is transitory, as no nature.
Object. Wait, no.
Yeah, this is not a great translation, so I haven't translated it yet.
Okay.
These are all the words.
That can't be quite right then.
Yeah, okay. So now we're going on to the next, the second of the 2 syllogisms about the lack of self-nature. So what are the components of the non-doing gear?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, right.
The carriage.
Oh, right.
There's something about the relationship of the carriage to something in 7 ways
I think
that
if-
we're
if-
disproving any of
If you don't mind us doing it out of order, I bet we could piece it together as a group. You want it in order? I think you're
Well,
asking
in
too
order-
much.
But the order was an ordinance.
But it wasn't, the order didn't make sense.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't
In-
logical.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I believe the order is logical,
Mm.
and then the way it's presented maybe is in a different order that I don't
Oh.
yet understand the logic of. I would never say it's illogical.
Oh, Geshe said it was illogical.
Well, no.
That's him, and he
Right.
sees clearly, and that this is me, and I'm clouded.
It is not its parts.
It's one of them.
Well,
Well, heck, I missed. Number 2, it is not its parts.
more specifically, it's not other than its parts.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is important.
So it means it is?
Yeah, but it's
Maybe.
It's not.
I mean, you know, for some reasons use that
Yeah.
For
for
sure.
a reason.
I'm sure
Okay.
it's important.
It's not.
It's not.
No, let's see, man. Shit.
No, it doesn't go on and on like your text.
It's not the collection.
Yep, that's true.
Like one or many or not involved in this case?
Kind
No,
of just
that
covered
was another
those.
syllogism.
It's not the collection. It's not the shape.
Don't
Not the
possess
collection,
on
not
the
shape.
parts.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right.
shape was one.
That was the next one. It's not possessed of those parts.
Oh, right. It's not possessed of. Right. It's those parts are also not possessed of it or something. It doesn't have its parts. The parts don't have it.
It's not in its parts.
In.
It's not the collection of,
So
its parts are not it. It's not the simple collection, and it's not the shape.
Its parts are not it. And it's not us.
And then we're gonna be going into
Let's.
this in a little bit.
Yes, let's. That'd be super.
But first,
Actually, through.
automatically.
Oh, by its
No,
own nature.
self-existing.
Naturally.
Yeah.
He automatically
Uh-huh.
itself.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Even a little
everyone
bit.
needs to
Oh,
not even a little bit.
not even a little bit, huh?
Say.
Ah, okay.
Yay. It's a car.
Car.
How would you
It's a
translate it?
car.
You didn't say
Car.
it.
Translated as car.
Vehicle, chariot.
Chariot.
Car.
Ooh. That's nice.
Chariot.
Who's that? Artemis or something?
It's a woman.
Might
Artemis
not be.
is a woman.
Artemis is not a woman. She's a
Okay.
goddess.
She's not a woman.
You guys ready?
She is not.
Here we go.
She was half goddess.
Maybe.
She's a who?
Half goddess?
Yeah, I
Artemis?
think so.
Who's, I don't remember who mom and dad is.
Are you saying that women are not goddesses?
No,
Some
I'm
of them
talking
are
about the
goddesses.
myth.
Yes.
All women.
Okay, fine. I'm a god.
Am I in the right place?
I don't know, I got it.
That's where I am.
Oh, Jimmy's there, so that's where we are.
God's earth.
5% theory?
Kiss your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you didn't start talking yet. Just snore into the microphone.
Are you ready? Did you get?
Sorry, no, I'm trying to get there.
Keep looking. Look for a 5 in a parentheses or something.
There was a moment where you were going to go for one of the two.
Mm-hmm. Just a moment. Okay, good. Oh, by the way, 7 arguments for why a car is not its parts or something. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Ranki, Yanlaki, Tentu, Ranshinki, Mete,
Good.
Kar Shong Shoi, Tentu, Yut, Yukwa, Kar Ranki, Yanlak Ranki, Tentu, Mo, Yi, Kate to make page.
Good. Deichi Chen means Shingta. Let's take the car. It doesn't exist by nature based upon its parts, okay? The parts are there and it's resting on the parts, okay? It doesn't exist in that way automatically.
Okay.
And then here's a word I didn't know, karshong. It's a dish. It's a kitchen dish, okay? Like a plate. and show is show, yogurt. Okay. So in the way that you would pour yogurt into a bowl or spoon yogurt into a bowl, okay, it's not the case that it is separate by nature from the parts. It's like pouring the car into the parts. Okay, so the yogurt is not the bowl. The yogurt is distinct from the bowl by nature, although the bowl is supporting the yogurt. Okay, so it's not the case that a car and its parts are similar to yogurt and the bowl. Okay, it does rest on the bowl, but it's not true that the car is essentially separate from the parts in the way that the yogurt is essentially separate from the bowl. Okay, cool. So there goes another possibility. Okay, here's and again, the numbering doesn't match the numbering of the verse. So I numbered the verse for you, and then I'm attempting to link them to the proofs. Okay, some of them are easy and some of them are not. Okay. So where are we? Yeah, right? Number 1, right? Right?
That is.
Is it?
Oh.
Sorry, I got lost
We're
here.
doing number 4 now.
Oh.
Okay, good. Deichichen. Sorry. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm split this time.
Okay.
Rang Shin Ki Tene Kyang Mette Reg De La Lei Chin Dupa Tar Rang Ki Yan La Tene Go Ni
Ngo.
Ngo Ni Ki Tade De Me Page.
Yeah. So, how's it different from the last one? Anyway, here we go. Deichichen, take the car. It's not the case that it depends on its parts self-existently, but how does that differ from the last one?
So
I don't know.
can do it 10A.
The last one said,
Oh.
By nature as relying.
How about like it doesn't rest on its parts and its parts don't rest on it?
no, I don't think so. Yeah. It doesn't exist on the basis of its parts by nature. This one is, it doesn't rely by nature on its parts. Okay, how those two are different, I don't know. Let's look at the example. Okay, let's look at the Pe. Rede, it took me a long time to find. Rede is a kind of small shield that you wear on your forearm. But it's also a tent made of yak hair, what do you call them? Braided yak hair. So that's what I take it to be here. Okay, so Heijin, John, Do, can sit in a tent. Okay, in the same way, the car is depending on its parts, but and it is not essentially separate from them. So in this case, John Doe is in the tent,
Maybe.
and yogurt was on the plate.
Wow.
Okay, okay. Good luck.
Oh, thanks.
You really want to go. Okay. The trick may be in the tent as opposed to on the plate. Yeah, it doesn't rest in its parts, and maybe the last one was rest on its parts. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not in it.
maybe that's a distinction. The car is not in its parts, nor is it on its parts. Okay, maybe that's the difference. Okay, here's the third one. Even more confusion.
Yeah, it's not in its parts, and it's not.
On its parts. In and on. How's that? Maybe it's a difference between a tent and a plate. Okay. Maybe.
대저전 랑기안락 당오 니키 된 왕.
Dempaang. I think it has to be min, personally. Okay.
대 레 해 침반.
This is a noun. He's possessed of it. Okay. So this has to be totally corrupt. And God knows what it was, you know. So we need to work on the scan. We need to work off the scan. There's no such word.
Other things you asked me to look at.
Yeah, just be aware that John possesses a bayang. So it's not Jimbayang. It's John possesses a bayang. And I have no idea. Bawa, maybe a goiter. I mean, more intimately connected. I don't know. I can't even guess. Okay. That.
tarpe tang lo tade fe su duang ni den la
Yeah.
chin na wa tang den pa tarpe tang lo chik du rang shin gi mi den pe jiro.
Yeah, and here's how I will read it, okay? And if someone could look up a scan, it would be nice if I could look at it.
You want to write it down?
Well, have someone else look it up. Okay. We're talking about 16B, folio 16B.
Okay.
Oh, if you can show it to me, I could. You want to take over the screen? And why don't you just take over the screen and everybody can see it? Okay.
It's not pretty.
Yeah, it's not pretty, I know. We have this karma that the most important books were carved badly.
I might have another copy of it. I'll find it. Send it to you.
So 16B, where is it near the?
That's that might be 17 there. That's 17A.
17 right here. On top.
So I want 202.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the one.
No, isn't it right there above the blue one?
No, that's 15B. That's 200.
Yeah, I want 202.
Yes. Let me open up this.
Ali Bingo.
It's gonna be somewhere around here.
16B. We
There you go. I want 202. Yeah. Yeah. Now let's see. It's funny. I'm moving around my cursor. There's the tent. Oh, Palang. Oh, it's cow. He's on a cow. He has a cow.
He has a copy
Easy.
of the card.
Wow. Wait, keep it up somehow. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Yeah, look, predicted.
It's the min.
Min. It says min right there. And then it says palang.
Hey, look at that.
Yay.
So before where you thought that there was not two mays, there are.
No, it's not yin, it's min. It's the opposite.
No, earlier in the book, right?
Well, earlier in the book?
Earlier in the book you said, oh, this can't be
May,
not
may.
may.
Oh, yeah, that's not so important.
But it is.
This one's important because it's the opposite. Okay, so this is min. Okay, and
Take the plate back so I can see what you're doing.
oh, sorry, yeah, I should take the plane back. Here we go. And now this is easy now.
Boss.
Yeah. Balang. Now it's easy. Okay.
So why do you keep the percentage sign up if you just check the card in?
Because you have to change the actual file.
Your graduate students have to go back and change the database. Omani Pemihum. Okay. Here we go. You guys ready? Deichi Chen, let's take the car it is not possessed of. It doesn't have its parts self-existently. Okay, the car doesn't have its parts self-existently. So before it was on its parts, then it was in its parts, and now does it have its parts? Okay, self-existently. And we say not. It does not have its parts self. It does not possess its parts self-existently. Why? Now he gives two options. Either it has the parts this way, or it has the parts this way, and it doesn't. Okay, so he gives you two options. All right, here's the first option.
They're universal. There's only the two options.
Yeah, they're like they don't have their parts. The car doesn't possess its parts in the way that Devadatta possesses his cow. A, which is a kind of an outside thing. Okay, so the car is not over here and has a rope and possesses its parts in the way that this farmer has a rope connected to his cow and owns the car. The cow? That's not how the car owns its parts.
Okay.
Not like a farmer and his cow.
We agree.
And neither is it more an intimate connection where the farmer has his ears.
The farmer has his own ears.
Yeah, which is more connected. Okay? So the car doesn't have the parts in a sort of distant relationship, the way a farmer would have a cow on a rope. Neither does the car have its parts in a very intimate relationship where it's like you and your ears. Okay?
That's
By definition, in and of itself.
okay.
In and of itself. He repeats in and of itself. Okay? So neither does it possess its parts in a way where the parts are self-existently out there separate. Neither does it possess those parts in a way in which they are self-existently one entity, such as you and your ears. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
Not anymore.
Therefore, it does not possess its parts self-existently, because it doesn't possess them as something inherently out there, neither as something inherently in here, possessed intimately like my ears. Okay. Got it? You okay? You all right? Now we're going to those weird choices at the end that have to do with the shape. The outline. By the way, I suggest you use outline. Okay, it's the car in its outline. What's the relationship between the outline of the car and the car? Okay, and to me, when you say outline, the argument becomes a lot more interesting. Okay, say, please read. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said outline, but actually there's two choices here. Okay.
Collection.
Yeah. Is the car all its parts together? And is the car its outline? Like this.
Right.
You know, the whole car. Is that the car? Okay. And here's our discussion of those two options. 6 is about the tsokpa. This is difficult. The Tibetan is difficult. Tambo mitete, the first option is wrong. That the car is all the parts of the car put together. Okay? Because in that case, the car would be the collection of the parts laid out on the ground separately. Okay, madig means not put together, not assembled. Madig means not assembled.
The assembly is not assembled.
Yeah, if the car were the sum of its parts, the car would also be the sum of its parts laid out in a warehouse, you know, and not connected, not put together by the mechanic. Okay. What's a common colloquial use of this verb assembled?
Yeah, so, like going to,
Look at the cursor.
you mean drip?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it means okay.
Yeah.
Dig it away. Dig it, dig it do. Yeah, learn it. Dig it do. Say dig it do. It means assemble? Yeah. It's the colloquial word for everything's fine. If I leave class early, dig it away. Yeah, dig it do. Dig it do. It means everything's assembled in order. I don't know why they say that. But it's one of the most useful Tibetan phrases you can know. You know, people are gonna ask you all the time, "Dig it away," and you say, "Yeah, dig it do, dig it do." Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool, dig it do. It means it's assembled. Yeah. Okay. Huh? Duk is duk. Yeah, it is. Ancient word for sit down, and the opposite of that for $50.
Drink.
Damn.
I did it first.
In what context? 25, 25.
Seriously, I did it.
Somebody tell Xiaoping. 25, 25. And Udpala. Because neither one gave me what I really wanted.
The context?
Yeah.
The context was Choni Lama talks about the possible parts of a person that could
Nah.
be related.
Vinaya.
Oh, you're not supposed to stand with a man, close to a man.
Not even close.
You're not supposed to pee over the wall.
No. That's always the case. There are two ways in which you might not be in harmony with the rest of the Sangha.
Oh, tread?
You stand up.
Yeah, you're standing and you don't sit in the trail. Duk.
Yeah.
Okay, got it? So Deng, Bu, which you got yesterday but you didn't get today. Means to stand, meaning you refuse to sit in the trail, in your proper trail. Okay, here we go. All right, so here, if the wagon were the collection of all its parts, then if all the parts were laid out on the ground, that would also be a wagon. Okay. Number 7. By the way, number 7 relates to the outline. The yip, you say yip, yippee ya yay. Yippee ya yay. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Yip. Yeah, the last option, which is the 7th of the 7, which that the outline could be the car. No, because you could take the outline of each separate piece of the car, or you could take the outline of all the pieces together. But that's not in itself a car. The outline, the shape of the car, is not the car. Okay, although it's tempting to think that way. You know, once you have something that looks like that, you're more likely to think it's a car. Okay, configuration. Anyway, okay, please now, a word of warning. Okay, a word of caution. Here we go. It is a word of caution.
Oh.
You're about to read a word. No, you're about to read a word of caution. Okay. Yeah, what's it say?
As it says,
I'm fuzzy, but he's saying nominally.
When you search for
though,
this, you cannot find
It
it
is there, and I'm not sure which one though.
because it only exists nominally.
Yeah, well, what it really says is, by the way, you were close. You were close. You can look this way. You can look for the car in these 7 detar, these 7 different ways. And it is true that you won't find the car. Okay, you can look for it in these 7 places, in these 7 relationships, and you won't find anything. But still,
It exists.
yeah, the cars exist. I mean, nominally, in name only, which means in picture only, karmic seed picture only. They exist. They do exist. I'm not saying cars don't exist. I'm just saying these 7 ways they don't exist. And in every one of the 7 ways, probably he said somewhere, Rang Shinki, without seats. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything, car. Okay, I got it?
Name an archetype can be synonyms?
Very similar, yeah, very similar, yeah. And then to prove, he's going to use Lungudrukche. Yeah, normally speaking, there's cars because the jukebus says there's two famous jukebus.
Entering the middle way and
And-
entering the Bodhisattva's way of life.
Yeah, and this two avatars, Bodhisattvacharya avatar, and then there's a Madhyamaka avatar. And we're talking. Guess which one we're talking about?
Madhyamaka.
Yeah. Okay. Please read the verse that proves that still cars exist.
Teni duam jikten nampaden ki ki nam chemet barn jikten ni le di ranki yen tene ndok bayin she sun bejer.
Yeah. Teni, that car. Okay, those cars. Teni tuam. In essence, do they exist in essence? Okay, or do they exist in the 7 ways that you might hear them described in the world as depending on their parts, or being made of their parts, or being the outline of their parts? It's true. There's no such car. In those 7 ways that the world talks about cars being dependent on their parts, made of their parts, it's true. You can't find a car in any of those 7 choices. But I admit, murky, I admit it. But don't forget, Namche Mepar, what?
Don't analyze it.
Yeah, if you don't dig into it, just let it go. Just get in and turn the key. Okay, if you sit there and worry about the parts, you'll never get to San Francisco or wherever you're going. Okay, Namche Mepar. But if we don't dig into it, Jikten Lane D in the normal world, in the everyday normal world, it is something which is named based on its parts. You can point to the parts of a car and say, car, and and that's okay. Then you can drive it, but don't examine it, or you might not get where you're going. Okay. Okay. Then I went and got you the quotation. Fortunately, it's correct. Okay. Yeah. Reflection. Okay. Here we go.
性大让你原来唐他内的他的因来ten same
Temba. Different spelling. Yeah.
ten tempa tang mo chik to tempa yen yang yin be te dak ngo pa na kak
Gakche.
kip bar ne bar jar good so.
This is a beautiful sentence, and it's one that you need, okay? As if the other ones weren't. Okay. Shingta rangi yena dan tanye du tade yinla. It is correct to say that nominally speaking, a car and its parts are separate things. Car and car's parts are separate things. Okay. Normally that's correct. And it's also okay to say that they are tentempa. That the parts are the foundation and the car is what sits on the foundation, like the cup on the table. That's also okay. You can say the car rests on its parts, the car rests in its parts. You can also say that to be all the collections of the parts of a car is to be a car. You can say that. This old thing we had in Adam's text over and over again, okay? You can say to be one is to be the other. To be the car is to be the collection of the parts of the car. You can say that. So there's 3 things here. 1, can you say cars are separate from their parts? Yes. Can you say that still they have a dependent relationship and that the car rests upon its parts? Yes. Can you say even that to be all the parts together in a certain configuration, Dick, is to be a car? Yes, you can say that. That's all okay in the normal world. I'm not saying it's not okay. But so if you want it to be not okay, and you want to say no, no, no 7 times, you better add some gotcha. Wording. You better add some wording. Gotcha wording. Rangshinki. By itself. Without a karmic picture. You better add some wording like that. Okay? Gotcha kepa means you definitely have to apply jargut. You definitely have to apply the difference or the distinction, kepa, the distinction if of the gakcha wording, if you want to gok it, if you want to gok those choices, those three choices,
Refutes.
if you want to deny those three choices, A, that it exists, that it is separate from its parts, B, that it has a dependent relationship with its parts, and C, that to be the one is to be the other. You can say those things, but if you're trying to deny those three ideas in the 7-part denial, you goddamn well better add some words like self-existently, or from its own side, or without the karmic picture, or something like that, okay?
I mean, so you're saying gotcha means words that,
Well, he's saying you better add some distinction where the listener understands you're talking about.
okay, the
Some kind of
listener
gotcha word.
understands. No.
It's not there. He's just saying if you want it to make sense, since those three possibilities are real, they do exist, the car is dependent upon its parts, you better add something from the gakcha, some gakcha-ish thing, to make a distinction. If you're going to deny those three, you better say something like rangi ngune from its own side, or rangshinki.
The only reason I'm asking is because, you know,
Baba
the
Vega.
next text.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that text, it's a bad thing. Okay.
Right.
Well, and also,
I think he wanted to do it rangshinki.
I mean, Nagarjuna didn't do it.
Nobody got it. Okay.
Nagarjuna didn't do it.
I didn't write the book. Right here, I'm complaining. But he's saying, and he did, in most of them, he added some kind of rangshinki wording. Okay. Now, that concludes the Chiktudo. It concludes the 7 parts of the wagon, the car. But can we apply it to people? So now we want the application. We got those nice little cars. We got all these chicks and doodles, and now can I apply it to me, to Michael? Is there some way I can apply it to me? Here we go. Good. Selna. 30 bucks for a day, because that's the crucial word here. 30 bucks per day, and I'll give you a clue. It's only half. It does mean it. The same pronunciation can mean yeti, but I don't think he'll throw a yeti in here after he just dumped the car.
This is not rice, not like a grain of.
Ring day. I'm going to give it to you for no money. I'm going to give it to you for no money. Ring day.
In the following way?
Almost. Follow the same pattern.
Yeah, that's
Follow the same pattern. Ring day. So here he threw out the ring. He just said the day. Okay. And he says, okay, de dun la jola. Let's use all this stuff for something real. Okay, dun la jor. Let's apply it to our real life. Okay. Shingta de nam dun kirikpe tselna. If you look for the car using the 7 kinds of logic, okay, you won't find it. And this applies in the same pattern to you. Kazana, when you're looking for Venerable Utpala, or you're looking for Vivian, or you're looking for Jigme, or you're looking for Aisha, okay? All right?
Yeah.
Apply it to yourself, he says, which is very Choni Lama. Thank you. Let's apply it to yourself. Okay, here we go. And he made a syllogism with you as the star. Okay, here we go. And by the way, I would like to indent syllogisms like this and split them this way, and it's easier for the reader. Okay, here we go. Good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
蹦快速把吸来伊，蹦快热强吸来伊白酒。
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, I'm going to give you some homework because I only find 6 of the 7 here. Which one's missing? Number 3, maybe. I'm just saying maybe because I did this in a rush in the car. Okay, so I'm just saying something feels uncomfortable to me, and he's already had him out of order, I think, and now he's missing one, and maybe we can find it.
Not after the tongue.
But when he does the discussion down here, he's only got 6 anyway.
Oh.
So I don't know. Like it'd be a nice exercise for you during the break to figure out which one did he leave out, and does there seem to be a reason why he left it out? Okay, so here we go. Here we are ring-ding from the car to the person.
Okay.
Right.
Parallel case. Okay, you understand the car. Now let's apply it to me. Kaza Chuchen. Let's take Stanley. Let's take Vivian. Let's take Ben. Okay, take yourself. Rangi Pumbutendo Rangshinki Mete. You don't exist in your parts, in your body and mind. You don't exist in your body and mind. And he gakcha jar.
He applied the word.
Yeah, he added the words, and notice it gets boring. Rangshinki mete, Rangshinki chituame, Rangshinki taduame, Rangshinki me, Rangshinki me. And then in the last 2 he dropped it, okay? I don't know, he got tired of it. Okay, or it's not necessary, but I think it is. Okay, here we go. You are not in your body and mind by nature. Why? Because you are not
Top.
in your body and mind in a way that you are exactly the same as your body and mind.
Oh.
You are not in your body and mind in the way that you are separate from that body and mind. You are not in the body and mind. You are not resting upon the body and mind. And those 2 are difficult, the difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't depend on the body and mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And all the parts of the body and mind is not you, and the outline of the body and mind is not you. Okay. And we've just applied the 7 parts of the car to you, but he only gave 6. Okay. So I don't know what happened.
What was the third one that we're not sure if it was?
I think
Third one
that
is.
first one is one of the 7.
Uh-huh.
Is what I think.
Doesn't rely on.
Oh, maybe it is.
I was
Maybe.
thinking that
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good guess. Is number 1 is the is
The lead-in sentence.
is
really
the drupje che
Right, yeah, right.
is the drupje che 1. Okay. Which is this thing here, Rangi Pumpatendo Rashingimete. Could be.
But isn't
Okay.
2 the same?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
Okay, yeah, it's close.
suss it.
No, it's not. But anyway, here we go. Okay,
So,
go ahead.
In the dark. Tak ngaman. Sing tala shit by shin du bar ja sing. Terma se. Chik tang. Tale ki chok ni ngar chik tu drala. Shit by shin rik.
Ring day.
Ring re joy.
Yeah, it sounds like ring. When you say it in the monastery, it's ring day, joy. Ring day. Okay. Now, the proofs for the first 5 reasonings of the 7, because these 2 get treated separately by everybody. Tsok and Yip, Tsopa and Yip, the whole collection and the shape. People tend to talk about that separately. So I think he wants to talk about the first 5. Okay. Now the first 5, the proof for the how we prove the first 5. As we explained it with the car, you can prove it for yourself. Okay, so for the first 5, just follow the way we did it for the car. And not only that, okay, when you talk about options which involve being the same or being separate, you can ring Dave back to Chitudel. Okay,
Correct.
yeah, you can use your old Chictadel stuff here
Yeah.
when we talk about are you one or are you many. Meaning, for Choni Lama, are you one and the same as or are you distinct from, which is many. Okay, you can go back to Chictadel. He really, this is kind of feels like his justification for calling Chictadel being one with your parts or being separate from your parts. Okay, yeah, it sounds like that. Okay, now he's gonna prove the latter part of his. Yeah. Please read. Oh, by the way, you could have said Tak Chimani,
I would think, right.
the two latter, i.e., the two latter reasons.
What days?
Reasons of the seven, right? Which were Tsokpa, oops,
And yep.
and yip. Okay, here we go. All right, please read.
Pumpoit sokpa church.
Yeah,
Tak main bar.
yeah,
Kan saki. Tak shi yin le chu.
yeah.
Tak shi ni. Te tak chu su ni te be chu.
Yeah, and I remind you of Dokche, Dakshi, and Dakche. Okay, three forms of the same verb. Dokche is the state of mind that imputes. Dakshi, so Dokche is the picture of the pen coming out of the mind. Okay, and then Dakshi is the top and the bottom of the pen, or the color and shape of the pen. And then after the picture arrives on the pieces and boop comes out a pen, that's called dakche. So they have separate names in Tibetan. I'll say it again. The pen before the picture, which is just the top and the bottom of the pen, those are called dakshi, what you're going to call a pen. And then dokche is the picture coming out of your mind. And then when the dokche arrives on the dakshi, boop, you got a dakche, which means a finished thing, a named thing, a pictured thing. Okay, and that's the pen. Okay, parts of the pen, karmic picture, pen. Okay. Dokche, aunda naro doga, aunda, and there are three tenses of the same verb, which people say impute or project, or something like that. Call a name, give a name. Yeah, that one too. What's that nickname? Mingdo. Yeah, to doke a name. Okay, all right.
Those two is wrong, say?
But yeah, you in your wrong sense.
I mean,
I think you were dharmic here. You could say that. The dakcha is the wrong sense, right?
Oh yeah, Doc should be wrong.
What you come out with at the end, after the picture arrives on the pieces, the finished pen is the rangten. Yeah, the dokche is kind of the chitzen, the picture that okay. So you got it. Three parts. The parts before your karma opened, the karma opening, and then what you got after the karma opening on the parts, and that's a pen, or it's a chutoi. Okay, cool. And that's it. Yeah, that's difficult. Oh, yeah. Namerizer.
Yeah.
Thing to be named,
Named.
and then the finished named product. Okay, something like that. I mean, you can find better words, probably.
The image, the parts.
You can name it a better name. Yeah, okay.
It's an
So
example.
did you read this syllogism yet? Okay, let's take the collection of the body and mind. How's that? They are not Michael because they are what the name Michael is given to. The parts of the pen are not pen. Okay, the body and mind of Michael is not Michael because they're what I'm going to give the name Michael. And after I give the name Michael, they will be Michael. Okay.
But he
Go
didn't
ahead.
use Michael twice. Like he's. I feel like somehow he's trying to subtly differentiate between Doc and concept.
Uh-huh.
I don't think so.
Like-
Well, yeah.
Right, Doc is the end product of labeling. No.
Well, the second one doesn't exist and the third one does exist. How's that? They are not a Doc. They are not a self-existent Michael,
Right.
because they are what Michael gets named Michael. And then we say, I disagree. Just because they are what is named Michael
Mhm.
doesn't mean they aren't Michael. And I say, yes, it is true. If they are what gets the name Michael, they are not yet Michael, because what's given the name isn't the named finished product. He distinguishes between the two. I'll say it again. It's incorrect to say
Mhm.
that what the parts you give the name to is the finished product after you give it the name. Okay? The pieces of the pen is not the pen that came out after you named it pen. Due to sharing a pen in the past. You got to say that. That's the superiority of the mixed nut school. Okay? We would add to this sentence, due to that you shared a pen in the past and planted the seed. Okay? They have not gotten that far yet. Okay? I'll say it again. Michael's body and mind. Let's take Michael's body and mind. They are not Michael yet. Because they're just what's called Michael. Why does that follow? Well, look, what's called Michael is not the same as what comes out after you call it Michael. Okay, got it?
Lower middleweight skill.
Excuse me, she's in the Prasangika. Stop taking credit for all the good stuff.
Just one.
Yeah, you just want it to be your school.
It's past
Nah, I'm kidding. I say again?
past the letter, just so you
Oh,
know.
well, since Utpala got shorted a little bit by Nick, if nobody objects, can I do one more sentence? Okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay, here we go. By the way, that was the argument against Michael being all the parts together. Sopa number 6. Now we're gonna have the argument against Michael being Michael's outline. Okay, Yip, which was number 7 in the car. And we are ring ding, by the way.
Right.
We're trying to apply the stupid ideas to me, and that's somehow going to make me more patient when my husband yells at me. Okay, here we go.
Boy,
Yeah, good. Whoa. Yeah. $300, and Word cannot answer, and Ben cannot answer. And sit with it. Do it in pieces. If you want to split it, I mean, one person could do the first part. And it's like $70 each part.
Let's talk about outline of the
Good.
body and
Okay, $40 for him. $40 for him. Let's talk about the outline of Michael. Okay, of Michael's body and mind. Okay, let's talk about the outline. Okay, Dr. Mite.
It is not suitable to
Yeah, good.
the self.
No, it's not Michael. No, it's not Michael. It's $40 over here. Who's keeping track?
Because it's physical form.
Yeah, it's something physical. The outline
Physical.
is physical. $80 so far. Okay.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah. Hey, look. Just because something's physical doesn't mean it can't be Michael.
So,
Okay. She's up to about $100.
20.
She's you don't get $40 for a cup.
Okay.
Okay.
20 for
20.
cup.
She's up to 100.
necessarily the case
Wait. Yeah, that's easy.
because
You going for the whole 300? Wow.
because it's not suitable. The person
Good. A person
it's
cannot-
not suitable to say the person
is
is form.
Yeah.
Physical form.
Yeah. You cannot see a person in Buddhism. You cannot see person. You cannot see Michael. in Buddhism. You can see Michael's body. You can see Michael's head. You can see Michael's air conditioning. But you can't see Michael. Okay, why? Because Kasa,
Because people, because,
I'm giving you the day for free.
yeah,
Because people,
that is,
Come on.
come on.
Come on.
David Ducci, it's unchanging. The
Yeah.
working thing, I can't remember.
No. Okay, somebody else is going to get the last 40.
Active thing, which is neither.
Neither physical than. Oh, you're
Yeah, okay, he get the last 40. He gets the last 40. Okay. A person on the chart from DCI level 7, right? On the chart, there's changing things, unchanging and unchanging things. Changing things 3 types: physical, mental, and changing things which are not physical or mental. And Michael is in the middle one. Okay, Michael's hair color is in the physical, and Michael's mind is in the mental part of Michael. But Michael is in the middle, and he's not in the physical box. Therefore, Michael cannot be the shape of Michael, because that's physical box. Michael is middle box.
Is that Michael has parts? Michael that is not physical or mental has parts?
Yeah, I have body and mind. Yeah. By the way, when you say I have a body and mind, that means I can't be in those 2 boxes. When you say Michael has a body and mind, you're saying Michael is not body and mind. Got it? Therefore, he has to be in another box.
Did that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Cool. Therefore, I cannot be the shape of the outline of Michael. Someone, came along and said, yeah, but there's something special about the configuration. This shape. And when you study Chicheda, you will find that we have this exercise that we do with level 7 students. We say, close your eyes and picture a car. And they close their eyes and they picture a car. And then we say, close your eyes and picture a car that you're familiar with, like your car. And then it's blue, it's a little shiny, it's more detailed. Okay, so that's a difference. Yeah. Yeah, and then we say, look at the real thing. And eventually they realize all 3 are the same. But that's a big jump. Okay, all right. Yay. Are we? Yeah.
Sashi.
Pagi Jashin Metotam Rira Vinci Ninde Gembadi Sangye Shindu Minte Uwagi Jokunanda Shinma Chupasho Inam Guru Radha Mandala Kamyatayami Di Keokun Sanam Yeshe Tsotso Shin Sanam Yeshe Lechungwe Papa Kuni Tobajo. Cool. Yeah, congratulations on a good term. Yay! Did you get that last 300 straight? Because it was kind of complicated.
300?
No, I'm not saying
I don't
that.
think it's 300 at all.
I think Gibson got 40.
Stanley got 40, Gibson got 40, and she got 100.
She got 220?
She got the rest.
Exactly.
I would
I'm
say
not
that.
saying that. I'm just saying what he said.
I would say that.
Thank you, Devin.
Yeah.
I'm just asking now if you could email me your latest version of everyone's.
Yeah, can I do it from home tonight or something? Okay, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Stopped here 5/19/19.
They're all like that.
Stopped
You're not going to get a different one.
here. Stopped here. Oh, term 8 stopped here.
Turn me.
It's really helpful to see that.